G'day, this is another episode of Project Fix the 60, except I'm not fixing the 60 in this episode. Well, I kind of am. I'll get to that point later. What I'm doing is going through the mirrors that came out on Australian delivered 60 series cruisers and a more modern alternative. So, first mirror up is this old tiny original mirror that came on all 60 series cruisers up to about mid 1985. Now, to put it bluntly, these mirrors are not very good because they're so small. They just don't have enough area to be able to see or give a good view from outside the side view of the car. The only reason you would really use these is if you want to keep your 60 series cruiser original. Now, you probably can't see it, but over the back of me over there, I've got my 83 model that I want to keep totally original, and it's got these mirrors on it. For practicality wise, you probably wouldn't use these. You could update to something else. Now, this is a genuine Toyota version of this mirror, and I can tell because it's got two screws there, so the mirror part of it, the glass part, can actually come out. There's also a drain hole in the middle. Now, here is a non-genuine reproduction version. You buy that off eBay. It's even worse than this. It's not very good at all. I know it's not Toyota because it's got, well, for starters, it's got made in Taiwan stamped on the inside of it. It's got some numbers on there, but it's not the genuine Toyota one, and it doesn't look like the glass is a separate piece. It's a single piece unit. Now, it's not very good because the holes don't line up. I'll put that one down. So I bought some parts off someone and they had them all in a box and they threw this in. It was brand spanking new. I broke a mirror on my cruiser, so I took it off and I put this one on temporarily until I got my new mirror. But it wouldn't go on, just because the holes weren't drilled properly. So I actually had to drill the holes out to get the screws to go in. And it's just a very poor copy of the original mirror. Moving on, so from mid-85, these style mirrors come with a 60 series cruiser. Obviously a lot bigger and a lot better, but they're still not great. Now, some people love these. I don't love them because the adjustment on them, it's a bit hard to show you on the video, but the adjustment, it's not completely gradual. It sort of locks into different positions. So it sort of clips in, and it's just not, I found them very frustrating to try and adjust. And then when I did adjust them, I was like, great, they normally stay in position, but then if you do ever have to change them, it's a real pain. So they're not great, but they are much better than these ones. Now, trying to find these mirrors is like finding hen's teeth, really. Like brand new, I've seen some on eBay from overseas, cost an absolute mint, but there are reproductions. Now, I know this is a genuine one because it actually has Toyota written here. It actually says Toyota Murakami 1145. I don't know what Murakami is. Maybe it's the division or a company of Toyota that makes the mirrors. I've got no idea, but it's definitely a genuine Toyota one. This one here, despite the fact it's broken, don't worry about that. This is a reproduction one commonly found on eBay. They're pretty cheap and they look the same. They look great, except they're not. They're terrible. They shake. I've had a couple of these now, and this one I bought accidentally because I didn't buy it accidentally. The seller said it was genuine. When it turned up, it wasn't. Not happy. And they just shake. They shudder. So it's almost better having no mirrors at all. They shake that much. They're just not very good. So if you need mirrors like that, if you do buy the reproduction ones, chances are they're going to shudder like the two I've had will. Now, the one good thing about these mirrors, should I do it on this one, is that if you're doing a lot of off-road work, they do come in. So if you're driving, if you're going full driving, you can push them in, or if you hit a tree or something or brush a tree, they do fold in like that, which is kind of cool to protect the mirror. That's about the only great thing about these. Now this one here is also a genuine Toyota mirror. It's got Toyota stamped on the back. This one is actually an electric mirror. So these ones come on Sahara models from 86, 87 onwards, and also GXL models, which only come out in 88, 89, and also White Lightning models had electric mirrors as well. It's essentially the same mirror as this one, but it's got a motor in it, and you can adjust it. Now these, if these are rare as hen's teeth, good luck finding genuine ones of these. Even if you do, that's what I didn't say, even if you do find good second-hand ones of these, just bear in mind, they're going to be at least 30 years old. They could be 35 years old. Now, trying to find these, I've seen some reproduction ones on eBay where they've got an indicator here as well. I've never used them. I've never seen them in person. If they're anything like the other two reproductions I've used, they're going to be absolute rubbish. But if you've got some and they're good or they're not good, comment below and I'd be interested to know, just out of interest's sake. But if you have one of these mirrors and it breaks or stops working and you want to replace it, you're going to have a really, really hard time finding another electric mirror. And again, if you do, it's going to be at least 30 years old if you can't buy a brand new in-box one. So most likely what you're going to have to do is put in the manual mirror. They've all got the same bolt holes, so they'll all bolt in, no worries, but it's just you won't have your electric mirror. Now, there is a more modern alternative that I've just put on my Land Cruiser, and this is it here. It is the mirror off a 76 series cruiser, so VDJ 76, 78, 79, and it's the later model one. The earlier model is more horizontal, so this one's sort of more vertical. There's an early one that's more horizontal. I haven't used the horizontal one, so I'm not sure what it's like, but I really like this. Now, they're not cheap. I think I paid about 180 bucks each for these. This is also a genuine Toyota, and I know that because funnily enough it says on the back Toyota Murakami 1484. So once again, same sort of thing that's printed on there. Now these are a direct bolt up to a 60 series cruiser. The bolt holes are identical. What's not identical is the mounting flange. I don't know if you can see that. You've got a much bigger angle here, so it doesn't fit the contour of the door perfectly like that one. I'm not sure how well you can see that, probably not at all, but anyway, take it from me, it's a bigger angle. It does come with this gasket slash mounting block, whatever you want to call it. Now, I fitted one of these to my cruiser probably about 2 months ago on the passenger side because I had that one on. I liked it so much I've now bought this driver side one and I'm replacing this old clunker here. Now when I screw this on, as I said, the bolt holes line up. When I screw it on, there is a gap just here on the body. The gap right in that corner there is about 3 mil. Down here lines up the top lines up, but about there, right on that elbow bit, if you like, it's about 3 mil gap. Now, that doesn't bother me at all. I've read online somewhere where people, they don't like the gap. I'm probably not that pedantic. My old cruiser's not perfect, so a 3 mil gap on the mirror on the bracket doesn't upset me at all. Now, having said that, it's not noisy. The cruiser's noisy anyway, but this doesn't make any noise because there's a 3 mil gap. It doesn't shudder. Like, you can do the screws up really tight and it doesn't shake. So I'm really happy. I'm going to take a photo. I tried videoing it earlier on, but it just didn't come out properly. So I'm going to put up some photos in a moment of the gap so you can see how much it is, just to see if it will bother you or not. But I am really, really happy with these mirrors. They don't flip in like the 60 series ones do, but you've got 3 planes of adjustment so that the actual arm will swing, which is great, and then you can go a little bit side to side and you can tilt it forward and back. Now, I went to the expense of buying the genuine Toyota ones because I know from personal experience, from previous experience, the reproductions on these two are rubbish. So you can buy these as a reproduction as well, but I didn't bother. I just ponied up and spent 180 bucks each. It's a lot of money, but I really wanted them. And I wanted good mirrors because I haven't had good mirrors for quite a while. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned is the glass on these. The mirror glass on these is convex. I'm sure I've got that right. You'll understand what I mean. It's got a bow in it. So you get even more vision, like if it makes sense, vertical vision from the mirror because it's curved like that. So you get, yeah, you can just see more. I've totally explained that really, really poorly, but they are convex. So that is a handy little feature. Now, what I'll do is I'll put the part numbers for these, the genuine Toyota part numbers, I'll put them either in the description or on this video so you can have a look at them too. But that's a bit of a wrap up on the available mirrors for the 60 series cruiser and then a more modern alternative. I do know, as I said, the 70 series, the more horizontal ones fit. I do know that GQ Patrol mirrors also fit too, but I don't know too much about them, but I wouldn't bother because GQ Patrol drivers go with the 76 series mirrors anyway, so it's probably not worth looking at that. If you've used something different, let me know. If you've used any of these, let me know your opinions. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more 60 series info, and I'll post up that photo in a minute of the 3mm gap. Thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it.